nothing. To be honest with you, I'll tell you a little bit why, maybe why they asked me to come speak to you today. So I'm real grateful and I'm real happy to be here. You know, my name is George Willis, but they call me G Money. I used to own Club Monies on Pine Donuts. I used to live in the Salvation Army, the mission. In and out of jails, you name it. I mean, possession with attempt to distribute, terroristic threats, damage to property, 2 DUIs, you name it, I've been there. Pretty much, my life has changed because I decided that I wanted to change. You know, I used to, when I got clean the last time, I went to work for Fulton County Detox. First, I started volunteering at Fulton County. Then I went to work for Fulton County. And one of my colleagues said to me one day, he said, how do you keep the pain so close? And I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, and I was like, what do you mean? He said, the pain of using. You know, how do you keep that so close? And I still don't know how I keep it so close, but I do. So everything else is minute compared to what it was. You know what I mean? And what I realized is that I'm a very valuable person. I mean, very valuable. But I don't know how to use the resources that I have. Sometimes, and I grew up thinking that education, the traditional education, was what I needed because I didn't finish college or whatever, that I wasn't successful enough or I didn't have enough knowledge to be as successful as I would like to be. But then I realized that information is power. It's not education, it's information. And it all depends upon how I use the information that I had, saying you need to close that club. You really need to close that club. Because guys, what I'm doing with you here today, I do all the time. The only way I can keep what I have is by giving it away. So I'm constantly involved in something that has something to do with helping somebody. Because I'm a true believer that God rewards you openly what you do silently. But it was hard to close that club because that was my only source of income and it was comfortable to me. Sometimes dysfunction can be easy, or misery can become so comfortable and so familiar, it's easy to stay in. You know, let me tell you this story, and this is a true story. This guy was sentenced to death. And he was getting ready to be put in front of a firing squad. So the captain said, okay, you got your last rites, you want to make a statement. The guy said no. So the captain said, okay, I'll give you a choice. He said, either you can face the firing squad or you can go out that door over there. And the guy said, what's out the door? And the captain said, I don't know, unknown horrors. And the guy said, no, I'll just face the firing squad. So he faced the firing squad and they killed him. After it was over, one of the privates came up and said, Captain, what's out that door? And the captain said, freedom. But a lot of people don't take it because it's unknown and it's unfamiliar. When I was working in treatment and my colleague said, how do you keep the pain so close? I stay familiar with how painful it was to be outside in 100-degree weather drinking Wild Hours Rose and MD 2020, how painful it was to be in the crack house laying on the floor and the fleas biting me. And I remember one time laying there with the Bible on my chest and saying, God, help me to get out of here. And I didn't, all I had to do was get up and walk out. But I laid there because it was comfortable and it was familiar. Well, when I came into treatment, I started looking at me from a different perspective, because, and I tell y'all this all the time, man, and people don't listen to me, you guys are the most valuable people on the planet right now. You know why? Because you're not afraid, because you have courage, you have wisdom beyond belief. The wisdom and the courage and the knowledge you have, you can't get it. So what I'm here to say to you and what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to find, or you need to ignite the creative part of you and stop trying to beat the system and worry about, you know what? this is one of the greatest gifts that you could ever have, is all of us been to jail, is to live free like we did in jail. Jail is producing more preachers than anybody else. You know, most guys come out of jail smart as hell. Why? Because when you're in jail, the only thing you can do is sleep and read. So you come out real smart, real patient, real tolerant. But then when you get out, somehow that part of you leaves. You know what I mean? See, today what makes me valuable is being able to live on the outside like I did on the inside. Meaning not allowing anybody to push my buttons. But what has worked for me, okay, that may or may not work for you, is that I found out what I was good at. You know, I'm good with people. I'm good talking. I can sell ice to an Eskimo. So, but I couldn't walk into a building and say, you need to hire me, because I'm good with people. I'm good at dealing and putting people together and motivating them. I couldn't walk in there and do that. But what I could do is say, find an organization that needed my skills and volunteer. When I started volunteering, when the door opened, I was there to walk through. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Our lives are valuable. They're more valuable than you think. You just need to figure out what part of your life you can use to help somebody. And if you don't take nothing else, guys, quit sitting in this house. Go volunteer. Find an organization that you can help for free. And I can guarantee you, the person that you need to help you come up financially will be there. Eventually. I'm telling you, that's how I got here. I started volunteering and helping people. Now they call me. I guarantee you there's somebody there that can help you. You feel me? But you got to be there. If you there with the long face, nobody gonna. And it might not happen that day. But the more they see you, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I was going to tell you the gift that God has given you. Right now, the greatest gift He's giving you is time. Huh? Yeah. You ain't got nothing but time, because you know what's at the end? That's why I asked you. If nothing don't happen, guess what's going to happen? So what do you got to lose? You know why I'm here? Because I want to get better. Because I want more. So God rewards you openly for what you do silently. So guess what? I'm not here for you. I'm here for me. Because it makes me better. I just got to practice my humorous speech.
Well, you know.
I don't know. You made me think maybe I shouldn't do that.
Listen, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got to tip my hat for what you just said. You know what I'm saying? You ain't beat around the bush back. You cut it out. So you went.
But let me tell you my philosophy.
Anyway.
Hey, let me give you my philosophy.
But I respect what you just said.
Yeah, I'm here for me. But if I help you and you become successful, I become even more successful.
Right. Okay.
You feel me? I can't put you first.